Good afternoon. Or whatever it is, whatever you are. Mother's Day activities surprisingly did not make me too much later than normal for a Sunday. And I guess it actually kind of got me out in the warmer weather, so we got some sun today. Yesterday we got underground. I also found out that we ended up going not through that door. So we still have to do that. We have the key checked. We're probably going to keep exploring the outside. Oh, we had frozen assets. I could see strategies for not doing that. Where are the birds going? One time I came down here and they were all on this bird bath. I thought that was kind of interesting. And there are bird baths all over the estate. Okay, we have seen all of these before. We have gems, not the best time for the hovel. We do know today's date. We know the approximate time. We're unfortunately just going to have to sit around and twiddle our thumbs because we don't know exactly what time it is. But we know what time we usually start. Okay, today should be November 17th. 10 o'clock a.m. We have anything to do in the network? We don't have the root cellar. This is for a future day. It's like maybe we could keep in mind that we have it requested. And now we hope we run down here fast enough. And we wait. Alright. So, 10 o'clock is 2 hours after we start. I didn't see exactly when we did start. We expect there's 6 minutes to an hour, so we would have... So if it's not done in 12 minutes, then we messed up. And really, do we have a 10-minute timer already? Yeah. Probably took us like 2 minutes to get down here, right? Now, it does supposedly stay out for 4 hours. The problem is the steps that it costs us to run back and forth. The 3 of you are down there. So if it was Mary, then they had accomplices. I guess we could ponder some of our puzzles. Yeah, so the one thing I'm not sure about is if I got down here inside the first hour. So we're still missing a letter. I mean, well, we can guess what that is. We haven't seen it. This one is puzzling to us. 8A. So we got that box crate thing. And then we have got our, like, upward stock chart. I mean, grain and grain, if we had reason to believe that there was grain in it. That we currently have no knowledge of what is in a Mount Holly box. What's chart and cart an actual thing? This might have been a good one to put up an actual timer for. And the way these work, it tends to be, I mean, like, all of these are like 3 to 5 letter words. I guess planet is 6. The longer words, it's going to be very hard to find something that's 1 letter off. Now, I guess another activity would be to go through some of the archive stuff. Shoot, man, if this misses, I'm going to have to run back and look at a clock, aren't I? Archives. Okay, so this should probably be renamed Archives 1. So it sorts nicely. Another feather to Riscos the Cat was Yep. Picture book Swimbird has been chosen as the Herald Literary Medal Illustrated of the Year. So these are also dates we could potentially try in different safes. Closest living relation to Baron H.S. Sinclair. So as of this time, she was the closest living relative to who was already the Baron. And where's my date list? I don't have it properly labeled. Oh, here we go. Okay, these are numbers. Okay, 83 is the approximate death. So if she was the last member of that couple, then I guess that's when Herbert took over. Never considered her a success. Oh, this is the in-game cursor. Sun. Much guess many pundits who viewed the book as a rather thinly veiled political critique of the Royalist Party. Detained by Red Guard and questioned. Okay, so this is where this is starting to... and the Red Guard is the people that they said were looking for people here. Caleb Manning and his publisher, Philip White, were 2 of 3 dozen names that appeared on a leaked dossier naming them persons of interest in the Trinsdale bombing. And also, Children of the Dark Water is interesting in relation to the prophecy because there was something about it was like dark water, not black water, but it's like the door is across dark water or something. Okay, so actually, this is not directly, but Caleb Manning was like her mentor. Publishing house that defended a rogue employee arrested for criminal conspiracy. Marigold drops publisher. The arrest last week of fellow author and colleague. 3rd prominent reader to distance themselves from the publisher this week. Daniel Locke, the 3rd major. Trial begins. Trans treason. Disappeared in 87. After 3:45, late luncheon date at the 100 Bells Tea Room. We got a card for 5 p.m. there. Oh no, 5:40. No, 3:45. Okay. I don't know if I had a place to file that yet. Ooh. Did I forget to save that card? Bells. No, Sandy. Oh. So at 3:45, going to 5 to Sandy Heights at 5 p.m. Fen Aries. These are the Aristocracy and High Peerage. Museum grounds looking for clues. Several masked intruders. There were 3 people down here. Ruby Crown of Arinda Aries. Okay. Okay, it's supposed to stay open for 4 hours, but maybe it wasn't 1 hour in advance. I have every reason to believe the date is correct. I'm gonna have to burn some steps checking time. But, like, how often are we going to have the shelter, so... Oh, is it not 10 yet? So my time... So it's not exactly 10x. Huh. Or maybe we actually start at 7? And by the time I got up to the clock, it looked like 8? Oh, well. Okay, so there's more than 6... Well, I need to rush into there and check the time at some point. Or it is more than 6 minutes per hour. Maybe it's more like 10 minutes per hour? Seems like too much, but... Oh! Okay, so this is note 7. Ooh, do these have something to do with the angels? Does those also have Roman numerals? Alright, red note. Did I actually do the cover? I did not do the cover before. It's just 7. Red note. Disappearance of my cousin Mary has long sat unfavorable with me and my father, uncle. Disappearance of cousin Mary. The chilly air of indifference you may have felt in my presence can be attributed entirely to the suspicions that I have yet harbored for these past years. Suspicions entirely aimed at yourself. And while I have never had the opportunity to prove it, I felt very strongly that you had some deeper involvement in those events 4 years ago. Gone for 6 years. The circulating rumors of those months did nothing but further reinforce my conviction in this fact. Those of us that are once bitten are twice shy, and I'm aware of the cost my aggressively aloof behavior has been on the social standing of our family. I do not apologize for my actions, though I am now willing to admit that the conclusions I reached may have been flawed. Let's look at a conversation with one of our mutual acquaintances. A conversation that has shed more light on this mystery than all of my father's countless fruitless inquiries over the years. I now have reason to believe that you were in fact responsible for smuggling my cousin under cover of night across the red border to the southern seafront. And I believe have occurred in September, a full 7 months after she was reported missing. Okay, do I not have a date for Mary's disappearance? Oh yeah, mom missing February. Oh, there was something September 2nd. That was the, crown theft? No, just September. Did exfiltration of Mary. Coincides not with her public disappearance in February, but instead with the notable theft of the Ruby Crown. If the Blackwater insurgents were in fact responsible for the heist, as some have claimed, I believe this scenario is entirely possible. The fact that 2 of the Crown's 8 rubies... Oh, I have no idea where to put that. So it's not all red. Wait, are the gems we've been getting in these things rubies? There are 8 safes. Renewed optimism that she is still alive. Alive, safe, and finally free. Courtney? I don't think we've met Courtney. Wait. Oh, I didn't put a name on that one. Oops. That's my one is such a sensational story betrays my own desperation. Desperation for answers, desperation for hope, and desperation for a narrative in which you are not the villain. In that distant land we all dream of, the land where the strangling crimson curtains draped across the sky are pulled back, windows and shutters of discontent flung open wide. In that distant land, I pray one day to find our Marion safe, happy, and absolved. Who's... Okay, so... Uncle... Okay, people. Courtney, niece of, well, it just says uncle. We assume Herbert. No, it said, dear uncle, cousin of Mary. This is where my family relations are weak. One of our mutual acquaintances. Then all my father's countless and fruitless inquiries. So my father... Do we have a sister? Because, like, my father would be... Well... I mean, I'd have to straighten out the relationships, because I guess that could be Simon or Jones. All right, so we wrote down... We are the grand nephew of Herbert. Nephew, son of one's brother or sister, or the brother sister of one's spouse. All right. Uncle. Brother of one's mother or father. And they referred to specifically to a father. Also the husband or sibling. One's mother or father. Okay, and then I guess the cousin was Mary. Child of one's aunt or uncle. Okay. Okay. My cousin Mary. and favorably with me and my father. So we're assuming that this is Herbert. This is addressed to, but we don't know. See, I put the family tree in here. Okay, so Mary is the one who disappeared. Presumably they married Jones, and then there's at least Simon down here, which is us. So Mary is the cousin of child of one's aunt or uncle. As of this tree, you have nothing. I guess there's Lionel. But since Courtney doesn't have a last name, we're not sure. Yeah, Herbert was already pretty old when this was made, from the looks of things. Simon is shown much younger. Of course, this is like the only picture we see of this person, so I guess maybe these are a little bit idealized. But this feels very old. And also I thought Simon was the older brother. Maybe it was the younger brother. So you would work as uncle if they later had Courtney? No, because you referred to as cousin, not as sister. So Lionel. You wouldn't really call that an uncle, would you? Uncle-in-law, maybe? Child of one's aunt or uncle. Okay, so we are the child of Mary. So we are the grandnephew of Herbert. But unless they're omitting it from the letter, we do not have a grand uncle or grand cousin. So they might be like using a short form of address here. I guess that's possible. I'm just trying to imagine who Courtney would be. Because we would almost need like another brother or sister in the Sinclair side of the family. For them to be a child of, that would make Mary a cousin and Herbert an uncle. Unless they were... No, we would still have a similar situation if they were addressing Simon as uncle. Now, here's an interesting thing. This is Mary Epson, not Mary Sinclair. So did you come in from a previous marriage? Or is it Mary Epson Sinclair? Or like, your lord, your lady, your baron, your baroness. Was that like the more prestigious name to take or something? If we did sort of uncle-in-law, then I guess it could be Lionel. And Courtney was a child of Lionel, who would then... Father was concerned about them, and it's a cousin, and that's an uncle. I guess we'll have to sort that out later. I need to pay attention if these are rubies. Okay, all right, so we used a lot of steps, but we got the lore. Um, 1993. But I don't know if you mean beyond that. Ooh, I'd really rather see that farther in. We did a lot of early dead ends in the beginning and got some very long, narrow rooms. We'd like to go over there and see a T. I mean, this could turn into a big long snake. I don't know. Is this necessarily going to be main path? It kind of ended up working out for us the other day. We have some gems for now. I also keep forgetting that this has the thing that gets this morning room, but we have no money right now. This is normally a very good early thing. Last name isn't the name. And it's from a previous marriage. Okay. Although that was the appropriate, like, maiden name. So they would have had to have left behind the other husband's name. Gems are in the black box. Ooh, we've got another two-part one. Oh, they can refer to blank. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, well, if they're in the black box and in a box with the statement, these are both true. And one of them has to be false. If the gems are in the black box is false, they can be in the blue and that could be true. If they are in a box, if in a box the statement is false, then they have to be in here. That would make this also false, and there is no true box. I think we said this one is false. The gems are in the black box. This is true. We do keep missing the windows in the parlor. Oh, so the parlor is always interesting. So the parlor is going to be a backward room if the windows are trying to face out on the east wing and a forward room on the west wing. Oop, that's backwards. Yeah, the mail room really wants to come out. We're not next to a hallway. We can at least get into the corner if we do one of these and hope we get one of the dead ends there. The mail room's like, pick me, pick me. And it probably won't come up next time, but... Storeroom. Ah, this is the pass-through. This could be an asset for later, but like this is a really good early game room too. All these resources are going to be short on steps. We could do this and hope for hallway closet. It's been kind of trying to come out. We could actually get a shovel or a sledgehammer. Potentially. Let's see if we can get that further up. So items rarely. Hallway closet. Oh, or mail room. Well, this is... Mail room can kind of be anywhere. I mean, the bedroom might not be bad either, but... Oh, a key card. I kind of want... I did not screenshot this. And... Oh, this is a new stamp. We cannot effectively screenshot here. Actually, isn't there like a screenshot in... Yeah... Ooh, okay, okay. We need to align that a little bit better. So this is... I don't have a good area for this. This is the entrance hall letter stamp. I figured we could review this. I mean, it's probably not going to be too much, but... May not remember. Had fun remembering your video visits here for a young boy. I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as in the lost summer days. Fully aware of my last wishes. This is the rules. I'm just wondering if there's any little bits of lore in here or anything. No tools. Tools and items. May not stay overnight. The last half century. Okay. Well, it's a home, not that he was the sole owner of the estate at that time. But he was 73. And that's a very approximate term, century. We might be able to place these people now, and maybe there's going to be a puzzle with that later. Okay, we are protected from the first 3 of these rooms. But that's a dead end. Ooh, ow. This isn't great, but it's not. This isn't terrible, but it's not great because it's going to kind of turn into our main path here. So that'll be free transit. Oh, we have to burn a door. There are situations where we get completely shut down if we do that. We already burned 2 of our corners. It's like there actually are worse draws. Okay, so this gives us branching factor. I guess there's just never items in here. Let's see. So we've already logged onto the computer system. I don't. We have a key card. So give me all the doors. Maybe they replace some regular locked doors. And just in case we wanted to like drop the key card and turn off the power. Actually, offline, that mean if there was power off, then that would be locked and you couldn't go through them at all. All right, I would kind of like to maybe close off this hall. Hey, Pine Call. Oh. Okay, so this is that ability. Okay. We do want to go in here sometime to... Okay, we are protected from the negative effect. We probably still need the utility room to see in the dark room itself. Very rarely do this. It can appear on this side. That would be a nice T. See, I need to go in here once to see if there's lore. But I mostly want it to rotate other rooms, even though this one actually worked out. Oh, the power doesn't go out. Nice. Okay, so that's what... Oh no, it's a battery. So this is specifically a contraption thing. So now we need the workshop, and I don't know what we're going to hook it up to. Oh, these are 2 power rooms connected. Experimental house features, but a dead end. Ooh. Oh, yeah. So this is a good place for a dead end. Oh man, we were getting low on steps. Oof. We have a branch over here. This is going to be like items that are going to be useful. I still wouldn't mind having the branch open. I don't think we're going to have enough to get the morning room thing. K. Thompson again. Pact 1116. Oh yeah, so it's the first one was the first day. And then it's yesterday, I guess. Press compass. Okay, we do have the option to not take things. The compass, I'm still not sure about. Because I had some really screwy layouts the first day I had that. I have the magnifying glass! Did they ever prove he was the one that stole the Baron's mail? Okay, former. Accused of stealing Baron's mail. Mailroom? Mailroom? Mailroom. Don't have that written down yet. Can't really... This doesn't fit into the magnifying glass, so I can't really get a good screenshot of that. Oh, I can examine this stamp too. The Grand Realm of Pen Aries. In fog we are lost, in fire we are found. Okay, in 3 seconds. Mail room. This was like letter to us. We'll have to see if that's the right letter to us. Fen Aries. Realm of Fen Aries. A red flag, which does not blow in the wind. I don't think there's anything in here. This almost feels like different handwriting. That did close us down, though. Let's get the battery pack. Yeah, the compass and some resources. Okay. So we want to go through security. Yikes! Oh, you know what? We're protected from... We lose one door, and the chapel would do the same thing. So we're protected from 2 more red rooms. That's a good one to be protected from. I don't know. Yeah, we don't really have a counter for that. You just have to know. Got any running shoes around here? Okay, we've done nothing with the other wing. A room of your choice. We don't have any bonuses for bedrooms, so it would just be resources. Oof, yeah, this is not... This is where the compass maybe gets weird. We still have a door, so this is not, like, the end. But it is kind of disappointing. The thing is, I don't really know what kind of room I want. Okay, chapel we're protected from. I mean, there are worse rooms, but it seems like we might have to run and do it sooner or later. This would be better later. Oh, actually sheltered. It doesn't tell us by how much, unless there is like a number of symbols there equal to number of times we can use it. Okay, actually, I think this doesn't give us stars. I think 6 is either nothing or not known. Okay, that is actually not going to dead end. Breaker box. We actually don't need the breaker box unless we want to try and hit the garage. Seven would be an apple bonus. We're actually getting so many gems. Maybe the dem would be more useful on the other end of the house, but locksmith, billiard room would be sort of appropriate. Drawing room would be a waste. We don't need the locksmith now. I don't think we could afford a lockpick kit. Billiard room is just going to have more keys. But yeah, we're likely to waste doors. Like, drawing into these corners, we're going to be possibly wasting doors too. I don't want to have the steps to come back to the locksmith though. Whereas this probably gives me free keys. Oh, are these a common thing here? Okay, 15 minus 10 is 5 times 3 is 15. 18 minus 12 is 6 times 2 is 12 divided by 6 is 2. 4 plus 12 is 16 minus 5 is 11. 22 divided by 11 is 2. If we're doing divisions, I guess 2 is like one of the only things I can work with within this range of numbers. Ooh, oh, shoot. I've been wanting to get this one early. I mean, this will be a thing we can play with whenever it comes up. We've got no green rooms yet. It's kind of off in an awkward spot to get to, though. Because like we have to be able to not only draw the green rooms, then we have to have the steps to get back here. Taking the key and burning a bunch of steps to explore would definitely be a knowledge gain. The resources are a shame, though. That could be a lot of house exploration. And we'd have to walk all the way back here to check it again. I mean, this is kind of main quest. And check our one room on the way out here. I guess we could draft some rooms on the way out and not necessarily go into them. Ah, naturally. Boudoir is facing the right way, but has no native bonus other than a gem. Well, the courtyard's definitely a waste. We could just dead end the bunk room out and maybe get some bananas. I'm just starting to accumulate and not use resources now. Interesting. Looks like a red gem. Three more keys. As much as we'd like to request something, that's a lot of dead doors. Because a shelter appears whenever we're in a room that was affected by it. At least there's a bedroom on the way. I drained this thing. This is where I thought I was going when I got the key the other day. There's my power evidence. Okay, so there is a boat here, so we can get to where we were before, in theory. So the more interesting thing is the other path, and what can we do there? Okay. Oh, we've overfilled the reservoir. It has to be down one, which is probably its default position. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Good to know. Oh my. Okay. We might be able to get to terminals. Oh man. So I guess they expect you to find this one first. I guess we should angel points. Okay, so there was something written on this copy of the map. It was not written on the other copy of the map. I don't think the other copy was torn at all, though. But it didn't have that annotation on it. And it did have this sort of circle around it. I don't see on this one. Angel Point Dreams. This is the torch chamber. We don't have a torch. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 7 angels in the tomb. I guess this is 5 plus 8 on these things. I don't know what these little shapes are. They don't suggest anything to me right now. Presumably this has an effect based on something else. Like, if we get the tomb and can get back here, we could see if any of these things change. But yeah, this does not suggest anything to me right now. Angel Points Dreams. Oh? That wasn't on the map? No, I guess it was. Okay. So that's the catacombs. The catacombs might just not be there right now. I might have to draft it to connect that. I can move this, but I don't know. I want to look down here first. Can I go back? Okay, we did set this up. Well, unfortunately, there's only one way to learn if this can be undone. Oh, if I do it from here, then I can access it from there where I can control things. So that's an awkward one. Because I have cut myself off now. Ooh. Hoo, 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 hoo. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. So if this is drafted, we have a way in and out of there. I guess what I do is I push this back, I go out here and see what I can do, but we might want to leave it here because that lets us run around in here. Now alternately, I guess with the reservoirs lower, we can go back and forth this way. So where did this leave us? Oh, this left us with the vertical control, which lets us get... That's probably rotation control. How good is this to do right now? Lets us take a two-step around, so we are going to be there. We know that way goes to there. Okay, so that appears to take us to a dead end. So actually doing that from here is maybe not all that useful. Is there like a third spoke car or something? There's one here. No. It's clearly a part of the puzzle. But we were also able to get to the lever from over there. We thought we needed to get to this one. Unless there is something there. The map shows it. A bunch of dead ends. We always assumed they were controls. Yeah, so it looks like maybe the other side from here to there is like a thing. But of course then we can't get off from the control panel to do that, so. Can we undo? We could undo. We should be able to undo that if we go look at that dead end. I mean, it could be a multi-run kind of thing. Okay, so our only other practical option from here is to go over there. And this looks like a dead end. Oh, oh, oh. Good thing we looked. Excavation department. Sneaky, sneaky. So this is part of reservoir. Almost 3 years in the tunnels, SNR have informed me that we'll be closing up the site in June 1918. They did say there was an old mine. Some bittersweet experience working on such a historically significant excavation past 30-odd months. Is there any of the work at the World? Has yet to be done, and it's vitally important we conclude our efforts in the main cavern and reinforce structural integrity of the site before we seal the tunnels next month. Maybe generations before they're reopened. What important work were you doing? Scripps and Rudford Mining Company. Now, Herbert was 73. It is 1993, so he was approximately 1920. I was thinking about that in terms of dates, since there are so many dates for safes. Lamp? 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 A lot of gears. Oh, snap. I thought one of these walls looked funny. So now I could switch that minecart back. This gives me a different place that we could potentially approach it from the other side. How do we get in here? Because that's a place... Well, I don't know if it's a place we can actually connect to, but it is a... That creates a juncture between these two doors, and that gives us more options with different things. But do we want to reverse it? So we had... we have a switch we can control from the other end. And we now have this flipped. So this is where we come in. So this gives us the 2 gap from where we come in. So we can... Wait, we were able to get to here. That might have been a multi-step process. We could get to there. Those aren't terribly useful, are they? Those are not terribly useful. But if we have those 2 rooms connected, we can control this and then set up the 2 gap from here to there. So this might be the orientation we want. So we go move the minecart and then play to get in from the other end or to fix the reservoir. Alright, probably shoot. We got all these resources, we're probably going to spend our last steps trying to get to a terminal. And maybe check the key again. All these resources. And what can we even do? Oh, shoot. The shelter had a terminal. Hey, Abby. The shelter had a terminal. We have to go through security to get to coat check. I don't think we're getting to coat check, though. 1, 2, free. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, heck no. Well, there goes the key. Abby? My other monitor working? This is getting crowded. Blueprints. I should have that open. It has been very good. It doesn't have a in-run save, so it might be a little bit of a challenge if you have limited gaming time, but yeah, I guess security is on the path, so it's not like we can pick a different route to do something else. Oh, we had so many resources, but that was important research. We set up stuff for main goal. We just don't want to take any missteps here. Forward, forward. Oop. It's not actually through here. Okay. Spare bedroom, spare green room, spare hall. So all we're doing is making it count as a certain color. Well, we no longer get a direct... Well, it would count for the sleeping mask. We no longer get a direct benefit from that. We do get a direct benefit from this. We've never used that bonus. Spare hall. Right now, it would benefit from all hallways have been unlocked and... or are unlocked. And... if we happen to hit the closet. Doesn't cost gems. So it's either when we've drafted one particular room or have one particular item. Well, this is a very common room. We'll probably actually hit it before the indoor nursery most of the time. Whereas you can, in theory, take the sleeping mask through here at any time. The weird thing is that feet are starting to become more of a resource than gems. Admittedly, we're running off to check some main quest stuff right now. But we're down to like a very niche case that matters. So is that already... Spare green room. A few potted plants go to the empty space, complement the few strokes of green paint. Upgrade. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't... Well, we could go here and draft. Maybe we hit a freezer. That's kind of all we can do. We don't have a bedroom bonus. Currency's all going away. Weight room transfers power to security. I think it only goes through security. I don't think it does anything. We're not in a position to go check underground. That would connect us to foundation. I think we would end up using a few steps down here and die before we could actually check stuff down there. Because we're going to lose one here, we're going to lose one here, and then we're going to lose at least one going through the basement. So so do we redraw and hope for the freezer? Or do we turn on the boiler room and then die walking back to... not... So we're going to use one to go up, one to come back. 2, 1. We're really only going to be able to see its effect on the weight room, if anything. And now it's in a worse orientation. I think we're still sheltered. Items for sale. It's not... I can't think of anything that would help us right now, but... Oh, we have more dice. Nothing's going to give us feet. The only thing that has a next day effect is luxury. Observatory. We could place an order. That's something. Okay, done the pump. Caleb Manning. Something about the observatory could be interesting. Okay, so our library has on order fixed stars. Set your gems to 2, great. The freezer is a blue room. So we do get one more room. There might be lore in here. Clara and Simon. In Eclipse Ball? In Eclipse. 1952. Can we... Can we read that well enough? In Eclipse Ball, yeah, we can read that fine. So that might be the mole. Also, possible date. Dates. Okay, 1952. Okay, undisclosed, May 2nd, probably recent. So we know that they were at... No, it's an eclipse ball, not a wedding. I mean, maybe they got married at a ball. Oh, but this is nice, and it's next to Windows. Oh, sheet 6 and 7. That means there's more. Under these stars the dance is held, and to the floor we are compelled. The gowns glide on and music swells. At the end the clock strikes 12. What that means only time can tell. Two remain for one last dance, and spin again around clock hands. And as they turn, a second chance to rise above the falling sands. The true time lost in past romance. So our true, 8 was messages. And it was something about, looking at bold words. Our true messages. So we need to find the rest of the music. That's odd. I guess it's just something in their music template. Okay, so 1952 is this thing we have to try throwing at some safes. Don't know which one. I mean, maybe something significant to them somehow. Alright, we can... I think drafting the freezer freezes. Nope. Well, we have to pick something. Now that we've clicked on it. More gems. Alright, we're not too bad on time. Day 12. November 18th. Capture our final layout. Ordinary Inn.